o'clock in the morning. I am not a morning person, but I am doing my civic duty today, being a poll watcher, a poll clerk. I am actually the ADA supervisor for my particular precinct here in Kern County, and our district grew. Last year when I did the recall, we only had one precinct in our location, and this time around we're going to have two, so I'm not really sure how that all worked out, but apparently we've got more people. We've got more people in our area, maybe because of the census. They finally got that taken care of or something. Not sure. In any case, this morning, instead of there only being 3 of us in one particular room, there's going to be 5 or 6 of us. So that is good, because initially when I got my notice, there was only my name and one other person's name on there, and I'm like, oh my goodness, how are we going to do this with only 2 people? But in any case, for those that are like, hey, we need to get rid of these mail-in special people picking papers, for those that think that, in California, we just don't have enough people to volunteer. One of the people, I did say that we have 5 or 6 that are assigned, and I think 5 of us showed up last night for the setup. One of us came from 45 minutes away. Normally they are supposed to pick, the people that work in the precincts are generally from that area, which makes sense because, this is a big time commitment, and then to add a 45-minute drive on top of that is ridiculous. So anyhow, I'm very thankful that this woman who was assigned to us from a distant town came all the way over yesterday to help set up. She was only there for about an hour and a half while we got set up, and then she's going home, and then she's going to be there again this morning, another 45-minute drive. And if we had every single person that right now is doing the mail-in, if they came in person, we would not have enough people to process everyone. So we're really in a catch-22 at the moment here, is that, we want to have secure elections, but we need to have people be part of the process. So in any case, you're another part of the country. There are some primaries that are not going to be taking place until August. I know Arizona, I believe, is one of the ones that are in August. And of course, the general election isn't until November. If you're one of those that are concerned about the security of our election, then you owe it to find the time to take a few hours for training. Some places have it online. I had to go in person for this election cycle, but it was only a few hours of my time for that, and I have an hour and a half that I took yesterday, and then I'm going to have today. Today is going to be from 6 a.m., which I'm running a little late. I apologize, but we're only a couple minutes away. From 6 a.m. in the morning till probably around 9:30 o'clock tonight. The polls close at 8, but we have things that we have to do afterwards. We have to make sure that everything adds up and all that. So anyhow, if you are in California and you are coming into a polling place to vote in person, you must bring the mail-in ballot that you received. There are 2 sheets to that ballot. You must bring in both sheets of that ballot, and then you can vote in person. But it is the same exact ballot. So if you have it, you got it in the mail, fill it out, seal it, bring it in, and you're done. It will be counted. You bring it into your precinct or any precinct. Physically hand it to a person there at the election poll. They'll put it in the drop box, or you put it directly in the drop box, and you will be fine. I prefer that a lot more than saying to mail it in and it'll be postmarked, and hopefully your area will get to the precinct in time. If you hand it directly into the precinct, everything else from there is handled by election workers, and it's going to go straight to the election office, and they'll start counting it, immediately. So if you don't bring in your ballot, because everybody in California received a ballot, you will be told that you have to vote provisionally, and that's because, of course, a mail-in ballot was supposedly mailed to you, and if you never received it, and of course that's definitely a concern. But you can track the status of your provisional ballot. There will be a little strip on the top there. It's not tied to you individually, but you can look up that strip, that number on there, and you can tell what the status of that ballot is. So if you're concerned, well, my provisional ballot won't get counted, then make sure you keep track of that little strip you're going to tear off before you turn in your provisional ballot, and you'll be able to find out the status of that and when it has counted or whatever. Of course, if it doesn't get counted, I'm not entirely sure what the procedure is to address that, because that was not part of our training. But I'm sure you can call your local county and they'll be able to tell you what the steps are on that. So in any case, I really appreciate you watching. I hope that you will participate in the election process. In California, we have something really strange called the jungle primary. So it's always only the top 2 that are going to go from the primary to the general election, and that's regardless of party. So it's really difficult when you may have 5 Republicans on the primary, you got 2 Democrats. Pretty much, if you're a Republican, you got to go with the better known, better funded Republican. Otherwise, you're going to end up with 2 Democrats. And so in this particular case, for instance, I am voting for Kevin McCarthy. He is my representative, and I know where Trump is coming from when he endorses him wholeheartedly. He had to. That's the way California works. If he didn't, he would have just succeeded in splitting the vote and guaranteeing that Democrats would have been in charge. So take that for what it's worth. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. And I am heading in. I will talk to you later. God bless. Bye.